Afro Tales Podcast is a part of the Connected Podcast Network. Chef. Yes, Glio. Don't you love how we get to share our stories and recipes? Yes, I enjoy it greatly. Do you know what makes it possible for everyone to hear us? Yes, Glio. Our voices, obviously. True, but it's also Anchor, a hosting platform that distributes the podcast to places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and others. Oh, yes. And isn't everything needed to make a podcast in one place? That's correct. And the best thing of all, Chef, it's free. Free, you say? Free. And all I had to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So, you just had to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Yep. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and do what we're doing now. Fantastic, Grio. Simply fantastic. I know, Chef. I know. Well, hello there. I'm Aman Mazingo, your storyteller, and this is season 2 of the AfroTales podcast, where we journey through the Americas and the Caribbean to explore the tales that grew from its African diaspora. I want to thank Art by Chalet for the beautiful episode art, and especially thank you for joining us on today's adventure. Rabbit seeks wisdom. Compère Rabbit one day went to ask God for wisdom. God said to him, "Every person already has a little wisdom." It's true. It is true. Everyone has little wisdom, but I want much wisdom. God pondered on the question, and he said, "Very well. If you can meet the test, I will give it to you." What's the test? And God replied, "There are 3 impossible things. No one else has been able to do them. First, bring me the scales of the great ocean fish. Second, bring me milk from the wild cow. Third, bring me 2 teeth from the mouth of a living crocodile." Compère Rabbit said, "It's nothing. I'll get them. I'll get them right away." He went home. He took his drum. He went to the edge of the sea. He began to play his drum, calling for all the great fish to come out and dance. Small fish appeared. They came out of the water and danced around Compère Rabbit. "This dance is for the great fish of the sea. Surely there are other larger than you." Large fish appeared out of the water and joined the dance. "Where is the great fish of all? Is he afraid to dance?" At last the great fish appeared, but he would not come out of the water. He simply watched the others dance. "Great fish, come out and play the drum while I dance." The great fish came and played the drum while Rabbit danced. After a while, Rabbit said, "Now I play the drum while you dance." So Rabbit played the drum, and the great fish danced. "Now I will lie down and rest while you watch over me." He lay down and rested, and the great fish watched over him. After a while, Rabbit said, "Now you lie down and I'll watch over you." So the great fish lay down, but no sooner had he done so than Rabbit struck him a blow and killed him. He took the scales from the great fish to God. "I believe you asked for these, and he recounted how he had obtained them. After that, Rabbit went to the woods. He climbed a large tree and he began calling for the wild cow to come and get him. The wild cow appeared, looking very angry. She said, "Who calls in such a disrespectful way?" "It's me, Compère Rabbit. I have just made a wager with people back home. They say you are strong enough to knock over trees this size. I say you are too weak. So tell me, what is the truth of the matter?" "You are wrong. I can do it." "Is it really possible? But how can I take your word for it?" "I will show you that my word is good." She put her head down and she charged the tree in which the rabbit was sitting. The tree was a soft one, like cork, and the wild cow's horns went in deep. She could not pull her horns out. "Oh, that was a good one. Try again." "I cannot remove my horns." "Are you certain?" "I am certain." Then Rabbit came down. He had a small gourd with him. He met the wild cow, and she could do nothing about it. He took the gourd to God. "I believe you asked for this." And he told God how he obtained the milk. Rabbit then left God's place and went down to his own house. There he asked his wife for soup, which he carried to a certain trail used by the crocodile. He soaked the trail from the top of the hill to the bottom, and at the bottom he placed a large rock. Then he called out for the crocodile. Come quick! At the bottom of the trail, there's a rabbit for you to eat." And he lay down near the rock and pretended to be dead. Crocodile came out of his house at the top of the hill. He saw Compère Rabbit lying down below as if he were dead. He began to come down. He slipped on the soap. He could not keep from slipping. He slid faster and faster. And at the bottom, he crashed against the large rock, which knocked 2 teeth from his jaw. Compère Rabbit jumped up, seized the teeth, and carried them to God's house. "I believe you asked for these." "How did you get them?" And Rabbit told him, "You have done 3 impossible things. It required great wisdom to do what you have done. You already have what you came for from me. I can add nothing to your cleverness in your head. But take care, Rabbit. Cleverness like this can kill you." The end. So that was an interesting story. And if you heard another story I did this season about Brer Rabbit getting married, you see he has to do another thing about getting an impossible, do an impossible task. But this one is actually more closely resembles the Anansi story about how he gets all of these stories of the world, in that Anansi has to do 3 impossible tasks in order for God to give him all the stories of mankind. And in this, Brer Rabbit, or Compère Rabbit, wants to get all the wisdom, much more wisdom than any other creature out there. And in the end, he finds out that he already has wisdom. And that's, like what a lot of us do. We go out and try to find something to give ourselves better talent, or, make ourselves more knowledgeable and everything like that. And a lot of times we find out we already have the ability that we're looking for. We just haven't exercised it, you know. You want more wisdom. You read books, you experience life, you want to be more knowledgeable about a subject. You start looking up the subject, and next thing you know, you have, the knowledge you need for that subject. It's not a real big thing. It is a big thing. Don't get me wrong. Learning and getting education and everything like that is big, no matter what subject matter you partake in. But it's not a huge task that is impossible to do. You know what I mean? A lot of times people think, I'll never understand this, I'll never get that, I'll never get this. And once you start trying to get it, it's easy. Just keep going at it. Like right now, I'm trying to learn 2 languages because I want to travel next year. One, I want to learn Swahili just because I think it's a fun language to learn. But also I'm trying to learn French because where I'm going, it's good to know some French. So I've started trying to learn French. And I'll be doing that from now until I get over there. Hopefully I'll have some ability to have speak French in a way that they'll understand, and I can understand them. But it's just what you do. It's how you gain wisdom and knowledge and things of that nature. But yeah, this story is funny because I've already read a story similar to this season, and now I'm doing another one. So, you never know what's going to happen down the line. Stories just pop out to me, and especially when I'm looking for just a region to read a story from. So, like this one's from Guadeloupe. So, I hadn't had a story from that area. So it's fun to find new stories. So we'll see what happens in the future, right? Anyway, so with that being said, go to Chef and get your meal or a snack or a drink or whatever he has for you. And as always, thank you for the journey. Don't forget to rate us on everything and leave comments on everything. And if you want me to read something in particular, let me know. Until then, have a blessed day. Welcome, my friends, to the Galley. Today, inspired by Brer Rabbit getting a little wisdom, we are going to make a dish that the Abuelas would teach their grandchildren. Today, we will have Arroz Con Gandules, or in English, rice and pigeon peas. Now, what will you need to make this wonderful dish? 4 cups of medium grain rice, rinsed. 4 strips of pork belly or uncured thick cut bacon or ham hocks if you choose to do that. Half a cup of sofrito. 1 15-ounce can of gandules, pigeon peas, drained. 1 cup of tomato sauce. 1 tablespoon of capers. 8 Spanish olives halved. Salt and pepper, of course, to taste. 5 cups of water and 1 banana leaf just to give it that unique flavor. This is optional, of course. Now, how do we put this dish together? Easy. We will heat a large pot or caldero on medium heat. Slowly cook the pork belly until crispy. Remove the bacon from pot and set it aside, leaving the drippings. Now we will add the sofrito to the drippings. Cook about 3 to 5 minutes. Add rice to the pot to toast the rice. About 5 minutes for this, or until just beginning to brown, stirring occasionally. Now we can add the tomato sauce, the capers, the olive, the pigeon peas, and gently stir until combined. Then we will add water, bringing it to a boil on high until water begins to evaporate. Place the banana leaf or foil over the rice. Cover and simmer on low for 35 minutes. Add your crispy bacon and fluff with a fork. And you are done. It is that easy, my friend. Now, go. Do what you do. Make this wonderful dish and remember the story you just heard. And until I have another wonderful recipe for you, as always, enjoy. My friends, we are here, and I want to thank you for coming out here on this voyage with me. Thank you for doing what you do and giving me the time to get to this point. I want you to join me in thanking Art by Chalet. I want to also join me in thanking those who create the sound effects and music on freesound.org and Free Music Archive. I want you to share this journey with your family and friends so that way they can be blessed just as you are. If you want to leave a comment or a review so others can learn about this voyage, please do so wherever you can. All other ways to support and contact me will be in the show notes. So please go there, check it out, and do what you do best and be you. Again, thank you. And until next time, have a blessed day.